I'll say one thing because you're making such a big deal out of this. I think I'm just someone who needs more time. If I'm not fully there, then I can't say whether or not I'll get married. I can't make that decision right now.
Hi, Tony. How are you? Hi, Bonnie.
I don't want to offend him or be negative. I don't want to push him away. But right now, I feel so cornered that I feel like
Hey, guys. What's up? How are you guys doing? How is it going? Hi, Barbara. Hi, Mr. E. Hi, user. Hi, Harold. Hey, Instagram and TikTok. How are you guys doing today? It is time for our daily reading. If you remember, on Saturday and Sunday, I come live in the afternoon so that we are able to. Good afternoon, Queen. I dropped your stuff in the mail already. I'm so excited for you. Remember that I come live in the afternoon on Saturday and Sunday so that we are able to reach our afternoon crowd. Hello, Kiba. How are you? Hey, JW Bradford. So, if you are new to my page or platform, my name is Coach Kenya. I used to weigh about 590 some odd pounds. Was able to successfully lose that weight about starting 10 years ago, and I've successfully sustained it. And what we're doing today is I come daily and we share some motivational readings, some encouragement, and some tips to help you maintain and sustain your weight loss and wellness journey. And with it being the beginning of the year, what better opportunity than to help people not only become motivated but willing to dig deep and to reach your ultimate wellness. This is not a diet program, so if you're looking for a diet program, that's actually not what I do. I am a therapeutic weight loss coach, and I work on a therapeutic basis. So what we do here is more a therapeutic foundation for your mental health and wellness for Black and brown women who struggle with weight loss and wellness. Okay. All right, here we go. Are we ready? Let me see those hearts so we can get started. Let me see those hearts so we can get started. If you're just coming in and wondering who that picture is behind me, that is me. I used to weigh 592 pounds, and unfortunately, I was on my deathbed. So, unlike many of you, you have the option to find me scrolling along your timeline, talking about something related to what trauma and healing, past, present, mindset, etc. But unfortunately, I didn't have that privilege to be scrolling on my timeline when I was at my heaviest. At my heaviest, as you can see, I was in hospice, and it was my last opportunity. I literally had, you name it, hypertension, blood pressure. Hypertension. Was pre-diabetic. I was getting injections stuck in my finger every day. I had a catheter. I had a bag that collected my bowels at one point. I had all kinds, as you can see, all kinds of tubes. At one point, I had over 25 different diagnoses, and I was taking 63 medications. 63. And at the time, you guys, to be honest with you, I did think the doctors knew better for my body than I did. And it was primarily because I was so hopeless. And because I didn't have the energy to research how to do it better. I just didn't know what to do. Like, I was at my wit's end and I was willing to do anything. But the problem was, if you have any form of food addiction or eating disorder, you can't be out in these streets doing just anything to lose weight. Because every time you lose it, it's going to find you again through your mindset. Through your mindset. So what I like to do is come live with you. Hello, the body unbroken. Kiba, thank you for being here, beautiful. So what I like to do, guys, is come and share with you some of the things I've been doing consistently for years that has allowed me to do this and keep it off. I do believe that everybody can create a system. Anybody can create a tea. Anybody can cut calories. I believe that all those things are effective. I believe the one component that we're missing is someone who is actually knowledgeable on the effects of weight loss and mental health, obesity and mental health, and the barriers that we live through. It's not just because people can't stop eating. It's because many of our environments aren't conducive to health and wellness, environmental obesity. It's because many of our cultures demean us. If we choose to seek health and wellness, they demean you. They tell you you need to eat fried chicken, collard greens, blah, 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 blah. Cultural obesity. Cultural obesity. Cultural obesity, environmental, cultural. Now let's talk about generational. We don't realize that our parents did not pass down diabetes and blood pressure. They passed down the behaviors that led them to those diseases. So if my mama fried chicken, then guess what? I'm a mean chicken fryer. So the likelihood that I may have then taught my children to eat a lot of trans fat and processed foods because that's what was taught to me. That's not genetics. That's generational. That's not my endometriosis. That's environmental. Hi, grandmother. Hi, Sally. Hi, Firefight. Hi, Kelly. Hi, Juicy B. Hey, TikTok. Hey, YouTube. Hey, Instagram. Hey, Mona Pona. Hey, is it Wakanda? Wakanda. I think it's Wakanda. Hey, Shell. Hey, Sweetness. Hey, Yellow Girl. Hey, Christina. So those factors, we have to recognize them and quit acting like they don't exist and acting like they don't play a role in why we can't get this weight off. Okay, now I'm about to step on some of y'all toes, and it's okay if it drops down to no viewers because I spend majority of my time talking in these lives by myself anyway. That's why I'm never having no likes or shares. I ain't worried about it because what I'm about to say now is really about to piss y'all off. Y'all probably gonna stop following me. That's okay too because I ain't worried about it. But listen, some of y'all come close. It might bother you, but I'm going to tell you this so you can think about it, okay? I'm going to say this out loud because you might already think it, and I'm going to double down and confirm it, and then I want you to do whatever you need to do in your environment to fix it. Some of y'all can't stay on y'all wellness journeys and lose that weight because of the man y'all with. I said it. Because he keep bringing home snacks, cakes, and candies from jobs. Y'all eat late at night. He got you up cooking fried chicken at 1 o'clock in the morning, but he ain't big, though. Some of y'all are with feeders. You can unfollow me now. That's okay. Some of y'all don't even realize that the reason why you can't do what you already know how to do in your own house is because who's in your house with you? Hey, unfollow me now. The button's up there. Unfollow me now. The button's up there. Unfollow me now. The button's up there. Because you ain't going to like what I'm going to say next. So you need to say something. If I have a food addiction and I'm an emotional eater, your love language cannot be bringing me crumble cookies. Your love language cannot be bringing me big gulps from Circle K and Doritos, family size, for me to sit up and watch and eat while you play the game next to me. Yeah, I ain't ready for it. It's all right. Let me put my hood on. Let me do these reads because I don't want to get beat up. I can't fight in this cold in Arizona. And then y'all women that do it to y'all men, because y'all do it too. Cooking 1 and 2 o'clock in the morning. Yep. Dolphin girl. Dolphin girl, you going to get unfollowed too, Dolphin. They ain't going to want us, Dolphin. You can stay over here, Dolphin. Me and you can hang out over here together because they not going to like us because you done repeated what I said out loud. We about to get beat up, Dolphin. You can stay over here with me, though, Dolphin girl. Don't worry about it. You can stay over here with me. It just be me and you in the room. Yep. Some of us are actually living in an environment that is not conducive of health or wellness. Some of us are doing everything we can physically to get this weight off, but because the toxicity and the emotional abuse that we are living through and the gaslighting is so bad, we end up doing nothing but eating again. But see, go on and unfollow me. Go on and unfollow me. Because I'm going to step on some toes, and y'all know I'm not really controversial, but out of nowhere, as I begin to tap in to today's lesson, I thought maybe I would, on Saturdays, I like to give you a little bit of knowledge and education about some of the unknown barriers. I like to give you definitions. So on Saturdays, I like for you to grab your pen and paper so I can not only encourage you, but I can give you some nuggets so you can understand that the complexity of this thing you're calling weight loss or your health journey is much broader. It's much deeper and it goes much wider than you ever expect. So I'm going to start off like I did before, Miss Marsha. Albert, welcome in. And Beverly, Hal, Dolly, thank you for being here. Go on and tap that like button up, y'all. What I'm talking to you about is the importance of understanding your meditative mental health, your emotional sobriety, the way you respond to things emotionally. See, many of you are walking around emotionally raw, so everything you do is in response to the pain that you're constantly dwelling in on a daily basis. So while you think you're functioning out of pain and fear, false evidence appearing real. You're pre-failing, you're pre-denying your dreams, you're pre-giving up before there's even a reason to really give up. You're pre-setting yourself up for failure because you're saying you know it ain't gonna happen before you've even tried to make it happen. You're saying, no, he's not going to do that. You don't even know if he's going to do that, but you've already declared and created within you that it ain't going to happen. So guess what? The energy says it won't happen. The energy says it's not going to happen.
I have a lighthearted approach to my life.
So some of us are wondering why we plateaued and why we can't tend to stick to it, or why we can start and stop and start and stop. And a lot of us are ignoring the fact that the environment that we dwell in is our hindrance. A lot of us are ignoring the fact that we're traveling between and pleasing others and loving ourselves. A lot of us don't know that we're starting a journey 5% for us and 10% for the world. A lot of us don't realize that we want to be healthy, but we really don't have what we need to achieve long-term health. And because we're so tired and beaten and bruised by life, we don't even know how to sustain it. We are the same body that will pay $289 for a pair of tennis shoes. But if someone tells you you need to pay for your therapeutic sessions, you're going to say you can't afford it. We are the same people that have 20 and 30 lace front wigs. But if someone told you you needed monthly therapy, you would say you can't afford it. You will tell me that your insurance will pay for surgery for free, but unless they're going to go in and give you a lobotomy on your brain, you ain't got nothing but a body augmentation. It's like getting your ears pierced. Eventually, if you stop wearing the earrings, the hole in your ear is going to close up. But I don't want to get beat up today. I don't want to talk about nothing to upset nobody. I just think you should maybe tap in and grab some of this. So what I was explaining to you, let me give you them 3 definitions. We got 1A, knowledge and access. That's going to give you your focus. That's going to look at environmental obesity. Okay. Say it with me in the chat, environmental obesity. Okay. In my book, my journal here talks a little bit about this. I give you affirmations to address these things I'm talking about. So if you are coming with me from the TikTok shop, you'll see that there's a journal, a digital journal attached to you, and a free fitness kit, which we send out in the mail. And what that journal is digitally on your phone. You're able to track and get affirmations of my own at your palm of your hands. I believe in having everything at your palm of your hands. If you're a person that needs it physically, then all those things are printable and downloadable. But we wanted a way where we could get it to you fast. We call it the weight loss secret diets. It's secret information. And basically it's therapeutic studies and informations of things that we've created based on what science says is effective for these disorders and these addictions. So we have our environmental obesity. We lack knowledge and access of what nutrition really looks like. We're not really sure. Thank you guys so much for the follow. Thank you for the love and thank you for the likes. So we got environmental obesity. Write it down. Environmental obesity. Environmental obesity is when you're living in an environment and functioning in environments that are not conducive to weight loss or wellness, meaning your environment itself is not of health and wellness. Example, say you live somewhere where the house is always stocked with bunches of processed foods, never fruits and vegetables. There's always food to eat, but it's not of anything that provides you with any form of interest, energy, or vitamin C. For example, if you have a lot of processed potato chips, a lot of frozen foods that are fried and then frozen and things like that can have a lot of preservatives in it. So if you're not balancing out your intake, then you're basically just eating preservatives all day, which is why you feel lethargic and tired. So that could be a form of it. Another thing could be if you live in a home where everyone else is eating whatever they want to and they're responsible for the grocery budget and the bills, you are forced to eat what they purchase. Did y'all catch that? That you can live in an environment where someone else controls your financial budget for food, so you're forced to eat the way they cook, the way they shop. This can be a form of environmental obesity or environmental health. Okay, let's continue. Another barrier could be if you come from low, impoverished areas where there's not a lot of healthy options available to you. Your environment doesn't have things like Salad and Goals, Sprouts, AJ's, whether it's organic this and organic that. You don't have access to it. Therefore, it's difficult for you to be able to do that. Do you understand what I'm saying? Follow me long or follow me strong. Okay, Tamisha, how are you? So there's another difference. Tap it up if you're following me. Tap that like button if we're on the same page. That's environmental. All right, now let's talk about generational. Generational. So there's these things called predisposed. We can be predisposed to generational things from our family members. So what happens is habits and behaviors we do and are passed down from our actual family, right? So a lot of people for a long time kept saying that. Guess what? They kept saying, oh my gosh, I inherited diabetes. So when I got really sick and I started losing all that weight, but I wasn't on no medication, y'all, I had to go find out. Well, if they say diabetes is genetic, then why don't I need no more insulin? How is it that only thing I did different was stop eating crazy and now I got diabetes? You said it was genetic. You said that genetically within me. You said genetically within me I had diabetes. You said genetically within me I had blood pressure. But I started changing the way I live, the way I move my body, and the way I thought, and I don't need those medications no more. Now you're telling me I don't have those diseases no more, and they don't even show up as borderline, but you told me it was genetic. So for 22 years, you had me taking a bunch of medicine that you claimed there was a genetic ailment in my body, when really my family had passed down the habits, behaviors, and thinking patterns that lead to those diseases, the symptoms of them. Are y'all following me? So y'all ain't following me. I'm on the street by myself. Okay, it's okay, because remember I said I don't mind being on here doing this by myself. So then there we go. I said generational.
Yeah, to say something nice.
Generational. I didn't genetically gain those diseases from my mother. What I gained from my mother is that I watched her cook fried chicken late at night, so I did that as an adult. What I watched from my mother is feed her way to men, so I did that same thing with both of my husbands. What I did was watch my mother feed her friends and feed everybody around her, so that's what I did. So what happened is people knew me for my food, not for who I was.
I'm not asking you to change your personality, you know what I mean?
Yes. That's all right. I ain't hit no like button. I ain't talking about nothing to move nobody. I'm gonna keep on going. And then there's this third kind called culture. Now, culture is where the influences are outside of your home. Check this out. Now, I'm going to go to a particular population, so I can personally tell you this story of my girlfriend who's Hispanic. When she goes over her grandmother's house, she doesn't have any choice but to eat whatever her grandmother tells her to eat. Now, mind you, this young lady has had the procedure. This young lady cannot eat large amounts of food. But because her grandmother loves through food, if she doesn't eat whatever is put in front of her when she gets to her grandmother's house, her grandmother will stop talking to her.
He's basically incapable of giving to me.
I just feel like I'm sitting.
She follows it up with statements like, "Oh, you too good to eat my food now?" And things like, "Those white people got you doing that?"
We just aren't willing to understand one.
How many of y'all done went to y'all grandmother's house and told her you was watching what you ate? And she said things like, "I don't know what you doing that for. You always been big. Oh, I'm glad you watching what you eat. You need to lose some weight." But they'll get up and go in the kitchen and make a pie and force you to take the pie home. The gaslighting. Y'all out here trying to figure out if y'all means is narcissistic. Y'all better look back at some of these parents that raised us. They was narcissistic and gaslighted us all the way till we was grown. You wonder why you messed up. You think that man messed up, baby. That was that mama that jacked you up well before he came along. That's why he was able to do what he did. But I don't want to start no fights. I can't fight nobody. I don't want to get beat up.
I was worried you wouldn't feel at home in Oshburg.
Yep, can't fight.
Okay, not because Oshburg isn't nice.
I can't fight, but talk that talk, walk that walk. I'm only talking about it, y'all, because y'all know I done grown up through this stuff. I'm talking to you about things that I myself have had to fight and overcome. Good morning to April. Good morning, Sharnita. I've had to fight my way through these things, through therapy, through working through these things out, through EBT, existential. I've had to put in the work to discover that these things were even there. And then what happened is I began to work with women in 2016, and we found a consistent pattern. No matter what color they were, how much money they made, or where they lived, there was some patterns, even in white households, that were consistent from generation to generation, all wrapped around food. And now there's a disparity when it comes to class and race in terms of obesity and the ways that it's addressed and if it can be afforded versus affording health and not being able to afford health. There is a disparity. I'm not ignoring the disparity. What I'm telling you is that no matter where you came from, these three components come up. The three components of generational, cultural, and environmental obesity. They're real. So if you're on a journey or starting a journey, I've been on and off a journey, and you're wondering what it is that keeps bumping you in the road, because there's some things that are happening in your life that you may not understand, that your mind may not be able to conceptualize.
Go for it. And for me, it's kind of like
I'm not saying your love language being cooking and feeding people is a bad thing. I'm saying that if you cooking meals that have 50,000 calories in it and you feeding it to your family and then you mad because they gaining weight, baby, you are the problem, not them. You're the drug dealer. If you're the only way I can get my cakes and cookies and hot dogs and candy, then you're my drug dealer. If I am a 5-year-old baby and I'm eating full bags of Takis for dinner, you're my crack dealer, because you're the reason why I'm getting high off of processed sugar and dyes at 5 years old, because I don't have a job to go buy Takis. But like I said, I'm about to get beat up and unfollowed today, but that's all right. I done been unfollowed before. I've actually been beat up before. So I ain't really much scared. I like throwing rocks and riots. All right, it is written, day 37. We made it. We made it. It's Self-Care Saturday. Welcome. It's okay. So we made it. Thank you so much for joining our pre-discussion every Saturday. Remember, if you're new here, every Saturday before the reading, we do 15 minutes of open discussion. I pick a topic, I educate you on that topic, I drop some nuggets, and I get up out the streets with the reading. Are we ready to go? We made it to day 37. We made it day 37. If you're wondering what we're doing here, my name is Coach Kenya, and you have a privilege of getting access to the products that I promote, that I created to bring to you a way to not only get better and heal, but to have a therapeutic space to safely receive therapeutic-based weight loss and wellness coaching. We deal in the spaces of healing and trauma and addiction and food disorder. We look at all those things that have been holding us back, that no one else could understand or identify. We try to bring it to the forefront and make it happen no matter what. We try to do what it do. Good morning, Joyce. Good morning, J Ma. We try to do what it do. No matter what it's doing, we try to do it anyway. All right? Let's get into it. Day 37. As you can see, yes, if you're wondering, oh my God, who is this woman that came up on my timeline? My name is Kenya Lachelle Elliott. This is me. You can Google me for back history, but if you want to, you can just hit my picture. And I'm always sharing where I came from. I did come from my hospice bed. I'm taking 62 pills a day, paralyzed from the waist down, in a hospice facility for 4 straight years before I decided on my 36th birthday that I was going to die. I was given 30 days to live due to my weight and health, and I succumbed to that. And my motto at the time was, I'm going to die with a full stomach. I was willing to give it all away to stay full, because me and food had become such great friends that I was willing to let her kill me. I was willing to eat myself into the abyss. You see, overeating messes with your heart rate. The large amounts of food when you eat like that causes an increased pulse rate. And we don't know, because we're being satisfied when we're eating it, that we're literally damaging our bodies. We're literally damaging our bodies. So although it may not be it didn't affect me the first time I ate like that, and it didn't affect me the 1,000th time I've ate like that. But over the years of eating like that, my death was going to be by a potato chip. Good morning, Melinda. Melon Drip. Hi, welcome back, Melon Drip. It's so good to see you. I indeed was going to die, you guys. And really, to tell you the truth, it was never my endometriosis. It wasn't my terminal blood condition. You guys, it was because I was so sad on the inside and so lonely that food made me feel better, and I was unwilling. Hey, Tara. I was unwilling to not eat. I had to eat to exist. I needed to be chewing ice or gum or something to even exist. Day 37. And David said to Solomon his son, be strong and of good courage, and do it. Fear not, nor be dismayed. For the Lord God, even my God, will be with thee. He will not fail thee, nor forsake thee, until thou hast finished all the work for the service of the house of the Lord. 1 Chronicles 28 and 20. Melon Drip, of course I'm going to remember you. Of course I'm going to remember you. You've been here a few times. I'm going to follow you back. You've been here a few times, lovely babes. I remember too, babies. Okay, that's what it was written. That's our scripture. Let's go with the principle and prayers. Okay, first the principle for today. Thank you, Queen. I appreciate you. You know I'm loving on you. Okay, first principle. Okay, this is the only daily reading. Good morning, Lexi. It's good afternoon, excuse me. This is the only daily reading where there is full-fledged theatrics. Okay, so I'm gonna read a little bit, then I might be theatrical, then I'm gonna read a little bit, and then I might be serious, and I'm gonna read a little bit, and then I might play too much, and then I'm gonna read a little more, and then we're done. Is that okay with y'all? So what I like to do is I try to bring you the real serious stuff, but sprinkle a little salt of relaxation on it so it don't feel retired backyard again. Hi, beautiful. So I try to make sure I give you a little bit of nugget, a little bit of education, and then give you a little bit of laughter. Okay, so a little bit. Okay. Principle. Fear keeps you back from finishing the good works. So just keep doing it. How many times have you started your wellness journey and because you couldn't see no weight loss, you got afraid that you weren't going to be able to accomplish anything? So you notice slowly but surely you stopped doing anything. Ooh, false evidence appearing real. Tap it up if I'm with you. Thank you so much, Queen, for the shares. Tap it up if you're with me. Tap it up if you're with me. Are we on the same page? How many times have you started something and because you couldn't see anything, you got nervous that it wasn't working? So you, before you knew it, wasn't even doing that thing no more. Wasn't even doing that thing no more. I see you, Queen. You with me, Queen. Good morning, Brooklyn. Many times. Me too, Queen. Okay, I'm going to go down a list of stuff. Now, we about to get embarrassed together, but if y'all leave me out on these streets by myself on all these on all these platforms, I'm gonna be sad. Okay, here we go. How many of y'all done did Avon? And you know you can make Avon money from Avon regardless of what they say about the way it's set up. You can make money if you're diligent, but you got scared because you couldn't see nothing, so you left it. And then because you really want to be your own business owner, then you did like Mary Kay or Arbonne. And then you it's not that you didn't think you could do it, but you realized it was a lot of work and you didn't know if you was willing to give up that much work. So you left it alone. And then you got bolded up because you realized in a dream that God showed you a purpose. So you started your own little side hustle. And the only thing you need to do is get like a website and some business cards, but you never did that. But you steadily selling people, giving people your stuff for under the wages that it costs, for under the amount that you deserve, but you still keep doing it. You call it your side hustle, but you ain't hustling nothing but you. Okay, you know what? I'm going to get beat up. Let me get out of here. I can't fight. I can't fight. So you need to quit giving me topics to discuss where I can't beat nobody up. Some of my new clients live in Arizona now. Yeah. 3 of my new clients live right in Phoenix and Tempe. And you can't be getting me beat up because I got to meet these people in real life soon. Like for their end, I got to meet them. You going to get me beat up. I'm talking to God, y'all. Because I don't want to get beat up. I'm kidding you. I know y'all not going to beat me up. But sometimes it's hard to hear that reality. Hey, Legacy Asha, sometimes it's hard to hear that we may be the culprits of not only our circumstances, but why we haven't moved yet. Sometimes it's hard to realize that all of those things you blamed all of your issues on all point back to you being the culprit. That's hard to hear, right? Like imagine living on the theory that you believe your thyroid is why you can't lose weight, but really the reason is that the choices and the lifestyle that you live is not conducive of wellness, and thus is really that's where the weight comes from. Right? Like I'm gonna give you an example. You got a thyroid problem, but you work 17 jobs for 17 other people. You raising 2 other people's kids. You got 5 people living in your house. You carrying all the bills. You picking up everybody's kid from school, doing side hustle activities, raising your mama, taking care of your auntie with dementia, going to check on your grandmother, and you wonder why you can't lose no weight. I'm about to get on the table for one of y'all fight me because I'm talking about 5 of y'all right now. And you wonder why you can't get the stress level down. You totally overcommitted. You're not sleeping at night. You sleeping 3 or 4 nights, jumping up, hopping on the scale, talking about somebody gained another pound. Honey, you never reached REM sleep last night to even lose a pound. Okay, you know what? But I don't get treated like a princess. Never mind. Because beautiful being. Good afternoon. Hey, Yolanda. He's actually a dream man. Brian, how are you? How are you? Manic Mom, after good afternoon. Quan Weaver, how are you? How about that? Bam. I mean, Queen, we distinguish older women, Queen. So we just trying to tell it like it is because sometimes we got to hear. Sometimes we need to know that it's not all that other stuff. See, one of my biggest things I used to do, and I don't mention it a lot because it's kind of embarrassing. But see, I was that patient that used to not follow anybody's health and wellness, nothing. I would see the doctor on about the 5th of the month. And from the 5th of the month, all the way to the 4th of the next month, I was living my life like I saw fit. But did you know on the 5th of the next month, I would mosey my old nappy-headed, bald-headed butt up in that doctor's office and tell him I'm doing everything but run around the sun and I can't seem to lose weight. And I know without a shadow of a doubt, I ain't tried a damn thing longer than one day. I'm just saying. I wanted him to give me a quick fix. He said find a nutritionist. What he didn't know is I didn't know anything about nutrition. My insurance didn't cover no nutrition. He said stop eating. What he didn't know is I had a food addiction. If you're addicted to something, you can't just stop that. You need treatment. How was I ever going to win? How was I ever going to win? How was I ever going to win if the odds was already stacked against me? If the odds was already stacked against me, how was I ever going to win and lose weight? How was I going to naturally shed 479 pounds without the tools?
I don't really know what to say.
How was I going when I didn't even know what a complex carb or a protein was? How was I going to do something that required knowledge and access, but yet I lack both? All right, I ain't talking about nothing. Prayer number 1. In the name of Jesus, I break free from the spirit of non-accomplishment. Hi, lovely. That's right, Queen. Henceforth, whatever good things I begin, I shall gloriously finish them. What I just talk about? The importance of finishing what you... Cheryl, did you get my message? The importance of finishing what you start. The importance of finishing what you start. Many of us are in fear of starting another goal because we've started so many, but we haven't saw them through to the end. So we are worried and concerned that we can't live up to the efforts, that we can't live up to the standards, that we won't live up to the goal that we put out there in the atmosphere. I declare and decree that today is the last day that you will experience stopping and starting. Today is the last time that you will experience almost getting there. I declare and decree that all the limitations that have been placed on you in any area of your life, that today, that no longer will exist. Cheryl, it's going to come from I Rise Boutique Coaching Firm. It won't be my name. It'll be for my company, baby. There should be multiple emails and maybe even text message. I personally sent you some stuff myself as well. Okay. I should gloriously finish in Jesus' name. No more stopping and starting. No more stopping and starting. Yes, because I would love for you to be able to hop in on class on Tuesday at 6:30 Eastern Time, 5:30 Central, 4:30 Arizona. Hi, Jolyn. How are you? Good to see you. Hi, Marquita. Marguerite. Hi, Marguerite. Okay. We got our daily reading. And if you're just now tapping in, we read from this book every day.
My feelings, this whole situation, it's all a lot.
Hi, Cynthia.
It's the right decision.
We read from the same book every day. Okay. That's our first book. That's Pastor Kamalafi. All right, next up, we tap in Melody. Melody is really good. So some of you may not be spiritual or religious. No worries. Don't get the first book. Go with Melody. She's powerful as well. Hey, niece. How are you, babies? Go with Melody. Okay, Melody Beatty. All right, here we go. Our second reading for January 11th. You guys, myself, I have been clean and sober not clean. It's well, I guess I call it clean and sober, but I have not drank any form of alcoholic substances for 4 years. I don't engage in any form of alcoholic substance, which is for me, it's good because with me being a recovering food addict, food can actually switch over and I can get it from alcohol. So the issues that I have with food, because it's an addiction, it can switch to alcohol. So even though I didn't have a lot of stories of raging alcoholism, I was on my way to that because I had begun to substitute the drinking for not eating any like that no more. So even though I wasn't overeating no more, I was starting to drink more because it broke down to sugar and I was getting the same highness from it. I hope that makes sense. Good morning, good afternoon, Katina. Hey, TJ. So because of that, I joined a 12-step recovery program through Al-Anon, and I've been in 12-step recovery from alcohol for the last 4 years. 6 months. I think for the last 4 years, 8 months, 6 months, last 4 years, 6 months. I think it said 5 hours and some seconds. So thank you guys so much for all the likes. I just always, just for anyone out there struggling with pills or, you can also be a rageaholic, and that can be a form of addiction. Making yourself get so angry to stay that way in order to get those endorphins to release can be addictive. Also, people who create drama and chaos, that can become addicting. You can actually spend a lot of time trying to do he said, she said stuff. You always find yourself in a lot of chaos and drama that actually can become addicting, and you can begin to get used to being in that heightened state and like resolving or being in a problem with chaos with somebody and coming down out of it and doing it. You can actually get addicted to that. That's a form of victimization turned into bullying and harassment. And we don't know you're doing that, but that also can be like she offended me. When you walk around with an offense, it's because you can be used to being in an aggressive stance to defend yourself, and that feeling that rouse up and in your endorphins can also become addicting. Also, chronically scrolling and watching, that can also become a form of addiction. The lights on the phone or TV can begin to trigger sensations in your brain and create the feeling of being high. So you can actually become addicted to scrolling. And a lot of people who go on wellness journeys and use social media, they switch their countertransference from overeating and snacking to over scrolling and watching videos. So be very careful of how you countertransference these emotions. That's why a lot of people go a lot of years without recognizing that they have a food or eating disorder, because it's showing up in other stuff, not directly in the food. Like if you're a person who works like a couple of different jobs, and no matter how hard you try, you always wait till late at night to eat your meal, and then you eat your meal, scroll TikTok, and then go to sleep, and you do that cycle every day. I know that it feels good to you, but it's actually a form of addiction and disappearing, because you're using the scrolling to not be within yourself, to not sit in your own emotions, because it makes you it helps you zone out. It helps you not be there. It helps you not exist. And if you spend all day at work kind of living in your work ego, and then you come home and spend all night in your scroll ego, then when are you ever being yourself? And so these are all things. And yes, I check myself on all this. If you're around me, I'm not an over scroller. But it's taken a lot of years for me to get where I am. You understand what I'm saying? I put in the work, guys. I've had to heal from a lot of trauma and a lot of pain, a lot of bad relationships and bad decisions and bad choices. But I do it because I want to have a healthier mindset. I don't want to be sitting around perceiving everything around me as somebody saying something, coming for me, talking about me. I don't want that kind of mentality. It's damn exhausting. Oh, she looked at me funny. So, get some confidence. You wouldn't even know she's stern. So it's just like I've just come to the point where I'm over all of that. I don't even want to be around it. Like, if you that up worried and that insecure, then go in a hole and stay there, and they ain't nobody got to see at you or look at you again. But if you really love yourself and you're confident, then none of that stuff is even gonna matter. People come for my head and neck on all these social media outlets. I don't care. I'm glad they feel the need to express themselves. I'm glad they're working through their therapy issues. you know? So I just want you to be encouraged that if there's anything that you've been pursuing and you found yourself not pursuing it because of someone else's opinion or fear in your life, I declare and decree that that's gone out of your life today. I declare and decree that's no more. Okay? I declare and decree that that's no more. Today's reading from Melanie says, let go of the blocks. Let go of the blocks. Let go of the blocks. Oh, that kind of sounds like it's going to be goody. Oh, it's going to be good. Let me get some coffee. Coffee. Get your libation. Get your water. Grab your water right now. Oh my gosh, you guys. Can y'all see my edges are gelled down? Because I'm going to get my hair braided tonight. That's why my edges are gelled down. Y'all see my edges? I'm calling all lace front wears to the front. Y'all see my edges gelled down? I'm going to get me some braids in the top back here. I'm going to come live and show you from my braids. I'm going to get a braid put on right here. One braid. And I'm going to wrap it around and I'm going to wear it like a bun. Wait till I'm going to show you. Okay? And don't come for me. Don't come for me when you see this. But all my lace front peoples come to the front. How do I make my hair look like baby edges? How do I get them things out here? How do I make them things? You know, y'all, what is y'all doing to get them things good? What y'all doing? Can somebody tell me? I wandered into the bookstore in a small Southern California town, browsed for a while, then began chatting with the clerk. Times are different now, I said, changing fast, turning into something so new, so different, many of us can't imagine. Queen, you wouldn't know me either. Queen, I don't know either. She replied quietly and prophetically, things are going to be easier, unless there's something you're still hanging on to. Is there something you're still hanging on to? A remnant from the past that's blocking you from stepping into the future? From stepping into today? Look into your heart. The answer is there. Perhaps it's a behavior, a person, a belief. Is there any issue from the past that's blocking your ability to love yourself, to connect with God, life, and others? Ask yourself, is there something you're hanging on to that has outworn its purpose? Ooh. Hi, later. I'm going to read it again. Hi, ABC 1967. I'm going to read it again. Look into your heart. The answer is there. Perhaps it's a behavior, a person, a belief. Is there an issue from the past that's blocking your ability to love yourself, to connect with God, life, others? Ask yourself if there's something you're hanging on to that's outworn its purpose. Is there something that you're holding on to that has outworn its purpose? If it doesn't matter in 5 months, in 5 weeks, 5 months, or 5 years, why are you still making it matter today? Old chains. Ooh, it called it a chain. Nikki, they called it a chain. Tanya, they called it a chain. Queen, Melody called it a chain. Melody said, ask yourself if there's something you're hanging on to that has outworn its purpose. Old chains can tie us to the past pain, to a path we've already trodden, a place where we've already been. A chain, here we go. Hey, Teresa. Old chains can tie us to the past pain, to a path we've already trodden, a place we've already been. Are you holding on to something of your past that is outworn its welcome in your life, that is chaining you to the past?
Oh, Linda. Have you ever heard of night action? It's a top secret investigative program within the FBI. Linda's okay.
Are you?
I want you to answer the phone for them. Then rarely ring.
Are you? I'm gonna read it again because see, y'all ain't tapping no like. That means I done stepped on somebody's toes so bad that they toes that y'all fingers stop working because y'all toes is stepped on. Old chains can tie us to the past, to past pain, to a path we've already trodden, a place we've already been. What's the whole theory of this series? False evidence appearing real. Why would we allow the evidence from the past to appear today and hold us captive from the emotions of our past? If what is happening to us today isn't bad. Now it is time to let go. Gently, quietly, let go. Allow yourself a few looks back and as many tears as needed. So she said, cry, fall out, lay out, walk away, give it all up, let the tears flow. She said, release it. Where you've been has been important. It's valuable for you. Where you've been it's valuable for who you are. It has helped shape who you are. But have faith that where you're going is important and wonderful too. Gently let go. Be free to step into the future of your joy. The moral to the story today is let go of the past. It's the chains blocking you from walking into your future. So I would challenge you and ask you today, are you chained to the bondage of your past situations? And are you currently driving your emotions off those feelings that don't even exist today? Are you living in false evidence appearing real? Are you still bringing up the story about your past, your childhood, your old husband, your domestic violence, your homelessness, your drug addiction? Are you still living your life on the calling card of your pain to get people to see you today? Are you selling people your calling card through victimization and sympathy instead of empowerment and excitement and enlightenment? Ask yourself the question, what are you holding on to today? Gently let go. Be free to step into your future of joy. Is fear holding you captive? Is fear of your past repeating itself in the form of lack of motivation, lack of inspiration, lack of dedication, lack of determination? Have you declared and decreed that 25 was going to be your year and 25 done rolled up on you and you ain't did nothing about it? Are you already wasting time? Are you already making statements like next week when I get my tax money, when I get a vacation, when my kids go to school, when the baby grows up, when that nigga leave me alone? Are you living on that? Because what I want you to know is those days and those times may never come. Hi, Cut Crazy. How are you? Hi, Granny. Hi, Angie. Hi, team. Thank you for being here, Cheryl. What if those days never come? Then you continue to wait. And have you ever noticed that you're the only person that has to wait for everybody else to finish what they're doing? But if someone else wants to start something, they don't care what you got in the game and what you might lose. They decide to go about their merry little way and make decisions without you, but you. But you are calling your mama, your cousin, daddy, uncle, sister, brother, niece, and nephew before you make a decision while everyone else around you is living their life on their terms and you're living your life on everybody else's. And you wonder why you can't lose weight, can't sleep right, can't live right, can't do right, can't be right. Because, baby, you ain't living a life for you. You living a life for them. Go get you one. Some of us need to realize how strong we are. We call ourselves the go-to person, but we ain't got nobody to go to. And I've yet to find a strong building that doesn't have a good foundation. They said the house built on sand washed away when the storm came. What's your house built on? I mean, if you've spent all your time building everyone else's house on bricks. Oh, wait. I just stepped on somebody's tiptoe. You worried about them having food in their refrigerator and gas in their car, and you ain't got it in yours. But I don't want to get beat up. I can't really fight. Yeah, I can't use that. Mm-hmm. Because it is. Mm-hmm. If you have their DNA. Some of us right now trying to figure out how to help somebody else get through when we ain't even told them we struggling. Oh, wait, let me get off her. Let me get out for a minute. I got work to do. I got clients to onboard. See, y'all see Miss Cheryl, Mama Cheryl in my life. I gotta go work. I gotta go make sure Miss Cheryl got her information so she can come to class with us on Tuesday and get some of this good loving I got. I ain't fooling with y'all. I want to appreciate y'all for being here. Now, I want to appreciate you for being in my energy, for being willing to listen, for allowing me to be a bridge. When we talked about that bridge that I feel like I am, I feel like I'm that space where you can come and stand for a while you absorb what is needed. And then on your way off the bridge, you don't owe me anything. Just declare and decree that you realize you're strong enough to win. That's it. That's all. That's all you owe me, is a declaring that this movement that I'm sharing with each and every one of you every single day, the I Rise movement, that you will take up your stake and choose that you are strong enough to win, that there is nothing that hasn't happened that you can't overcome, and there's nothing that's going to happen that you can't overcome. Because for many of you, if you took inventory, Tammy, Apple user, Lee Rich, Cheryl, if you took inventory, Misha, if you took inventory from where you've been, I didn't say where you was going. See, some of y'all jumping ahead too fast. Slow down, nature's jumping. Slow down, good vibes, slow down. Knick-knack, slow down. If you took inventory, Queen, if you took a little, I said take 5. Pam, if you took inventory, Roxy, you will see that all you've been through, you will see that all you've come through, I ain't talking about nothing. You will see that all you've risen through already. I said already. I said, Gigi, hey baby. I said already, meaning you've already overcome some things. And if you've already overcome some things, what I need you to understand that if you did that, then you can do this too. If you did that, then you can do this too. See, having the skills and the knowledge and access to the things that you need to be successful in life is the key. Many of us want to heal from past traumas, but don't even know where to start. Many of us want that pain inside of us to go away, but we don't understand that you have to open it up and dig it out to put it out. See, many of us don't want to do the work it requires to grudge up those things in order for us to get free. But I want to tell you that there is freedom in the digging. Is it Dominion? I think it's Dominion. There's freedom in the letting go. There's finding in recognizing that all those people that were sitting still meditating, it actually works. Because your brain is your problem. Your thinking is the problem. See, many of us like to assign outside responsibilities to other people, places, and things for our circumstances, our situations, and even our weight gain. Some of us will say, well, my mother died, that's why I gained weight. That may be true, but your mother didn't put the food in your mouth. You did. So even though the grief may have led you to eat, you are still responsible for the act itself. Being a childhood sexual abuse victim and having my first child at a very early age against my will left me with some damage. And so over the years, I ate over it. My abuser may be the reason I initially began to eat, but the fact I was still eating 25 years later, well, friend, that's on me. You see, my mother may have made mistakes with me raising me as a little girl. She may have not protected me. She may have set me up to be abused and molested and even raped in some cases. And as an adult, I became a domestic violence victim. But you understand, once I became an adult, there was certain things I was responsible for handling. And so at that point, it is no longer my mother's fault. It is no longer my perpetrator's fault. If I choose to live in the pain of what they did to me, then that is on me. I have to choose healing. I have to choose to feel it, to get to the other side of it. Or the man that once touched me, it will still feel like he's still touching me today, because I will act as if the man that wants to get advantage of me or beat on me. If I don't get my life right, it'll still feel like he's beating me, and I will live accordingly. See, if I don't completely try to get under what I went through, then I'll be living in the symptoms of what I experienced. I'll live in fear and guilt and shame and abandonment and loneliness and rejection. I'll feel unloved and unwanted and unsatisfied. And it'll all be being driven by these things in which I cannot touch, I cannot see. False evidence appearing real. So what I'm explaining to you, what I'm sharing with you, is the option to make choices, to seek out avenues and techniques that work for you. Everything don't work for everybody, but what does work for you, we encourage you to do those things. I talk about moving your body, meditating, journaling. I don't talk about those things because they don't work. I talk about those things because no matter how many times I tried to get healthy in my lifetime, I found myself going back to these three basic things. It's what's my mindset doing? How am I living? Am I moving my body? And what am I serving other people? Every time I looked at those three things, when I was doing those three things, there was success. When I was doing affirmations and meditations and tracking it in my journal, as you can see, when I was doing those things, I was able to do more. I was able to see more. I was able to tap into things that I maybe didn't know were there. I was I used to always have this thing about fear. I wouldn't go do certain things because I would be afraid. Okay. So because of that level of fear was so intense, my level of fear was so intense, it often held me hostage. Okay. And what I mean by that, hold me hostage, is I was literally struggling with the way I thought. So I would go somewhere and people wouldn't do anything with me. But by the time I got finished processing it in my brain, it would be so jacked up and weird that I felt like I wasn't wanted there. But no one said anything or did anything to me. She looked at me funny. Maybe the girl was going through her own thing, but because I was having issues with my own self-esteem, everywhere I went was a problem. It was never those places, it was me. So sometimes you have to be willing to be uncomfortable to get through those parts of you that may be weird, that may be related to things that occurred in your past, okay? So this is why journaling and meditating are such are reasons why I encourage you to definitely tap into that and be open to that, and don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to be odd man out. Okay? Don't be afraid to be the one that says, "Oh, I start meditating." Don't be afraid to be like, "You know what? Every night I start stretching before I go to bed." It's okay if it's abnormal, but you got to start somewhere. So I encourage you today to start somewhere. Even if you can only do it once, 2 or 3 times a week, just start somewhere. And before you know it, from starting somewhere, you can get everywhere. Okay? From starting somewhere, you can get everywhere. Okay? All right. That's all I got today. Any questions? Any questions? We are at the top of the hour. We did 57 minutes. It's always an hour session on Saturdays, guys. If you're wondering why we got to stay live that long, we always go an hour on Saturdays and we answer questions about our products. So now is the time where we do our answering questions. So we always open the live up with talking about what we actually do here, sharing information, giving you techniques, giving you definitions to better understand what I do, what we do here, and then we share with you how to get the products. You guys all know that. Click the link in my bio. If you have some questions about something that I shared, please feel free to message me. But as always, well, not always, as always, but right now for our special, you know that we have up to 97% off our site. You can join our coaching program, or if you're looking for something to just get started for free, I have tons of free options that you can opt into getting our free meal plan on my website, getting access to our free workouts. I have tons of resources that cost you absolutely nothing but the willingness to go put your information in there and get the email. That's it. We immediately put you in a member portal that provides you with amazing support and resources to at least get you started on how to meal plan properly without dieting and counting calories. Okay. We offer a daily platform where you can show up Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, where you can get daily coaching in person. We also offer private communities where that coaching is consistently provided for you. Okay. What else am I thinking? Hi, Funeral Girl. Hi, Double Coco. I think that's how you say your name. I think that's it. And today we are promoting our special is my journal, my 210 page journal, which is you get a digital version. You can also download it, but you get a free fitness kit with it today where you're going to be getting the items you need to track your wellness. But the journal actually is a weight loss mindset and affirmation tracker. It actually tracks your meal plans, your workouts, your journaling, your meditation, and your weight loss for 90 days, as well as gives you daily information, like a daily place where you can affirm. We made it a digital version where you can print it out and do what sections you want, but we wanted you to be able to have access to everything that I've been doing for over 10 years. And because it makes all my products hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of pages long, we do provide them to you with a digital format with the option to download and option to buy in hardback if you choose. Okay. So with that being said, you can also join our community or just follow me here, and I show up on a regular basis. Sometimes I do workouts, sometimes we do this, or sometimes you'll see me sharing with you these viral bands. So if you've seen these bands on some of the creators, these bands are my bands. I did go viral for these bands. I lost 479 pounds. I actually use these. You get 3 of them for $19. I know you've probably seen them before. The difference in mine is we actually use a customized elastic band in the fabric on the inside to help with durability and strength. And so each band has a certain amount of weight in the tension to allow you for durability and consistency. So I've been using this one maybe for a year now. And as you can see, it finally has some wear and tear on it. And I love that about it because at least it looks like I use them. Because I use these, and also we use these on the vibration plate. So if you are a vibration plate girly, don't worry, you found the right place. You can add our resistance bands on your legs, on your vibration plate, and you can actually simulate just marching in place, which I've tested for myself. Doing that 7 days in a row and drinking my detox tea, guys, I was able to drop 8 pounds. Getting on the vibration plate with these bands, 25 minutes, drinking a shot of detox tea before getting on the plate and activating my lymphatic system with the plate and this band, I was able to actually lose weight. So if you're looking for simple and easy to do at home stuff, if you're a very busy mom, if you're someone building your side hustle and you don't have time to be in no gym, but you want to watch your weight and become conscious of your weight, then I've got the perfect program and the perfect community for you. You do work my program as you see fit, but there are some requirements in order for you to stay accountable. Okay, and motivated. So that's our resistance bands. If you look on my page, you'll see a couple examples of how you use them. This is going to be our small. As you can see, it stretches pretty wide, which is one of the little tricks that we put in here. Good. Hey, Roslyn, how are you? Hi, June, how are you? Hi, Blackberry Wine, how are you? And so sometimes you'll see me in the live actually walking around with these on my thighs, which is how I've been able to tone up my booty. Y'all see my edges? I've been trying to lay my edges down. Don't come for me in my edges, okay? Because these is my lace front edges. I'm gonna give me some braids because y'all know I've been trying to get braids. Y'all don't know that. See, some of y'all might be new, and y'all don't know I've been asking my followers for a year if I can get my hair braided. Hi, Polly. How are you, beautiful? I've been asking y'all for a year about my hair. Okay, I won't even get into it. All right, next up. The other thing that we discussed today was that self-care and that self-wellness, and I want to remind you, we were supposed to be writing down 3 things 3 days ago that we were going to be willing to do consistently. So I just wanted to remind you and encourage you to do that. And then I also ask you guys on Monday of this week to make sure you got 2 journals, a dream journal and a divorce journal, because next week I wanted to add that to our readings to encourage you in the journaling. So go on over to the dollar store. You're going to get 2 journals. That's $2.50 because it ain't no dollar store. It's $1.25. Get you 2 cute journals and come back and meet me here on Monday morning, because during the week, remember, we go live between 7 and 9. Okay, so it's 5 to 7 here, but between for you is 7 to 9. Okay, so between 7 and 9 your time, if you're on the East Coast, we go live and we do our daily readings. And so I want you to have a space where you're getting that wellness, the tap in for your wellness, where you're actively doing things. So make sure you hit that button so you can know when I'm live and you can get notified. Okay. So Monday through Friday, it's 7 to 9 East Coast. So just by your time zone. So it's basically 5 to 7 Arizona time. And then on Saturdays, we go in the afternoon and we go live for an hour as in form of self-care Saturdays. Okay. An hour on Saturday, self-care Saturday. And that's where we actually bring our journals, we do our writing, we do our talking, and we dig into this thing for an hour. On Sunday morning, Sunday afternoons, it's I Rise Sunday. That's the day that we reset and prep for the week. So on Sundays, guys, I do absolutely positively encourage y'all to hop on in the building. Hold on, let me see what's going on over here. I do encourage y'all to hop on in the building on Sundays because that's when we do our answer and questions. So if you have questions about my weight loss journey, what I did, you want to know tips about food and things like that, that is the day you want to tap in. I usually give nuggets about how to work with your injections, how to help with food noise. I try to give you feedback on things you can do on your wellness journey, regardless if you're on a journey or about to start one. And that happens on Sundays. Okay. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. I'm Coach Kenya. I'm your girl. I've been in this thing for an hour and 5 minutes and I am out. Thank you for hanging with me. And I hope you realize that you are strong enough to win and there's nothing that you can't accomplish.
I'm gonna get these for you
What?
for Valentine's Day.
What is it?